we're using the same thing that we did last week, the supplement to Part C. And what, essentially, we're going to look at some of that stuff here. By way of reminder, we observe that, well, words are what we have to deal with. Depending on where words are and what they're doing, they have meanings. Context determines meaning. If they're part of a particular discussion, we have isolated justification through faith, which is where a lot of the problem happens in the religious world. People say this, they say that, and we're going to look at some of the this and that places and see how we sort that out. But we want to look at how grace, faith, law, works, and promise work when they're talking about justification through faith. And so we observed last week that there are the laws of thought. They're not really complicated. Anytime you are communicating your thoughts in words, anytime, you have to play by these rules. People don't always play by them. And if you know what's what, they're very simple. You can say, well, wait a minute, that won't work. Now, they're simple in the fact that identity. I used last week, this is a Bible. It's my flash pointer that Sarah gave me for Christmas. That's a Bible. So that's its identity. That settles it. It's what it is. And so if you're talking about a Bible and you get down here somewhere and you start talking like squirrely about it, no, that's a Bible. Okay? Excluded middle, perhaps my favorite. Think of it this way. Let's say the Bible is the letter A. Something is either A or not. And talk about it in James 2. Nothing but good said about it. So I've got Paul, who doesn't have a good thing to say about it, and James, who doesn't have a bad thing to say about it. We've got a contradiction. According to the law of contradiction, not necessarily so. In the technical language of it, it would only be a contradiction if Paul in Romans 4 and James in James 2 were talking about works in the same respect or in the same way, and they're not. Paul is talking about works that people do to earn their salvation. James is talking about works as things people do as a responsive or obedient faith. And once you put faith into it, you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it because you trust in God. So, same word, this person's, well, look at me. This person, I trust God, and I want to try to do what he says, and that's why I'm doing this.